Good evening and welcome to Once Upon a Time in the Old World. This is episode 8 and these are my players.
Hi, I'm Roger. I am playing Johann von Erfinder, the human student engineer. And this week I spent my XP on upping my intelligence.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I'm playing Hagen, Ritter von Delbers, the human adventuring knight to the Order of Ulrich of the White Wolves. And I spent my experience on improving my weapon skills.
My name's Kevin. I'm playing Gerhard Akram, who's a wizard apprentice. I haven't spent my experience because I'm saving it up for something dramatic.
Hey up, boy gum. I be Dan, and I be playing Wardeck the Dowie Pitfire. This week, I have been mostly spending XP on skills.
Hi, I'm Colin.
Hi.
I'm playing Carolyn, the human thug, and I have not spent any XP because I'm deciding what I want to do next.
Good evening all, for I am Dan and I am playing Ilmarin, the once happy-go-lucky elf, now less so because I've been licked by Slanesh, so now slightly disturbed. And I spent my XP on getting the rest of my skills to the point where I might be able to go up a level, provided I don't suicide myself.
Suicide yourself, good one. Okay, I forgot to mention I am Jim and I'm the GM. Very pleased to be here. Right, so last week, for those of you who've been following, they originally went to a party to celebrate Hagen's knighting. Things went wrong. There was a bit of darkness happening at Hagen's uncle's house. They managed to rescue his auntie from the cellar where there was some form of ritual happening, but they managed to release some demonic presence there. Themselves, Hagen's auntie Griselda, I believe the name is. I wrote it down. And to apologise, the priest of
Priest of
Magdar
Ulrich.
the Wild, priest of Ulrich.
The Priest of Ulrich who doesn't share a name with a character from one of my son's favourite TV shows, and therefore I'm less likely to remember.
Defecates on the carpet.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, that too.
He who spews from both ends.
Magdar has broken both his legs though in the conflict in there, so he had to be helped back. Luckily, your horses and mules that you took with you were outside of the house in the stables, and you're able to save them. And you headed back on quite a encounterless journey back to Ubersreik and back to your digs, your place of leisure, the Red Moon Inn in Ubersreik. Where until you manage to find what to do with Griselda and that, Franz, the landlord, has agreed to open up another room so she can stay in there. Magdar asked if he could be taken back to the temple of Ulrich within Ubersreik. And it is the morning of the following day of your return.
I think probably Carolyn didn't come back from the Temple of Ulrich for a while.
Okay. So Magdar and Klaus, who's the local sort of priest, some caretaker, because the Temple of Ulrich's not as big as the Sigmarite one, and he basically looks after the place. He's very holy and into Ulrich, but yeah, he keeps a clean shop sort of thing. And you're asked to aid Magdar and himself in dressing Magdar's legs and getting them sorted out, sort of thing. So yeah, just to help change bandages and dressings and things, as well as help out around the temple. Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything specific? Or are you happy
Yeah.
going back to the inn?
I'm going to
wherever
go
we're
buy
going?
some more ammunition,
Okay.
given we keep finding ourselves in
Are you having breakfast
situations.
first?
No, I'll get some while I'm out.
You do get up to a really nice smell of what smells like cooked pig, maybe a bacon smell, and definitely sausages you can smell. And
What? Not fish?
no, you can't. There's no smell of fish
Shock.
at all this morning.
Now I'm wondering,
when
has
you-
Griselda taken over the kitchen?
No, when you descend the stairs, there's like this big table in the middle with some platters of, like I say, bacon. There's some black pudding. There's some sausages. Some eggs that have been boiled, and lots of and some breads as well, and some cheeses. It's quite a nice platter. It looks really good.
All right. If given it's not fish stew, I might stick around for some breakfast.
Well, Franz is stood there with the fish stew chef, and they're sort of both sort of been nodding to each other, and they like the look of it, sort of thing. So, Master Johan, why don't you come down and try some of the Gunter's new breakfast?
Smells
We've
good.
decided to knock the fish and potato stew on the head, and we're giving this a try. Whether it be good or not, we'll see how the customers take to it.
Good old imperial verst.
Does the chef look happy about this, or is he like slightly disgruntled by the whole thing?
He just seems to be concerned. He stands there with a concerned look on his face.
I mean, is it all kind of familiar looking sausages?
It's
Yeah,
you.
there's definitely no fingernails there or anything. So yeah. But
Hagen
they
would,
do look a little bit like an index finger. Some of them do. So yeah, it does bring a few flashbacks back to you.
If anything looks
fingers.
too much like a finger, I'm not touching it.
I'm gonna take a sausage and I'm gonna do this. Do it. Hang on. No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were going to use it as a magic wand. Oh.
No, I was trying to see if it was poisoned or trapped.
Okay.
Not that I
Hagen
thought
would
it would.
It doesn't look like there's any traps or mechanisms on
I'm
it.
gonna
of any
hold the
sort.
sausage and fizzle magic, like uselessly at it, and then I'm gonna eat it.
It tastes absolutely wonderful.
Wonderful. You
This
know
is
it's gonna
top
be terrible. then.
notch food. Yeah.
Yeah, waiting for the catch.
The last time he said food tasted good, it was leg. So every other time, it's not been described as pleasant. But yeah, I'm gonna eat some more. I'm gonna get my fill, and then go back to my room and read my books more.
Hagen would probably be coming down the stairs as Gerhardt was coming up, and he's looking very haggard and tired, and he stops Gerhardt. Gerhardt, would you be willing to come with me to my aunt's room? I have questions, and to be honest, I don't want to be in there alone with her.
Of course. I don't know how much of this she knows, but I suppose we'll find that out together. I'm gonna drop into the room
Okay.
first and get my book bag.
Okay.
And Hagen would look around and see if he could see Elmarin anywhere in the inn. Okay. So he proceeds to Griselda's room with Gerhardt, knocks on the door.
Okay. There's no answer.
He goes ahead and opens the door.
She's lying asleep, but she's facing away from you, so she has her back towards you.
He walks up. He still has his hammer with him because he doesn't trust her at all at this point, and taps her on the shoulder, probably a little more forcefully than he needs to, but he wants her to wake up. He's like, Auntie, you have to wake up.
So she sits
words.
bolt upright in bed, and her head starts spinning round. Not really. No.
It's
She
hammer
sort of
time.
murmurs, yeah.
She always
That's
does
good.
that.
Yeah. Hagen. Is it over now?
I don't know, Aunt Griselda. I don't know. But I need, before we go to the Temple of Ulrich or speak with the Sigmarites, I need to know what happened in that basement. Did you start that ritual?
No, not at all. We had a group of visitors before you came, and I can't remember much about them, but I know there was a wizard. I could remember sort of talking to him about techniques, and there was a dwarf. But yeah, I was in my room, and the wizard came in with the dwarf, and the next thing I know, I was down in the cellar, tied to the wall, and I was there for a while as well, at least a week.
So they came to the manor at least a week ago.
Indeed, I believe so, but they left shortly after, and there was this thing that morphed itself into like my mirror image.
Yeah, we found it. Won't be a problem anymore, but I'm curious as to how they summoned it.
Whatever that was within that room had great power, and they mentioned they were summoning some sort of keeper, whatever that may be. I did have actually a book on demonology, but I never opened it, never used it. You know, if only you I'll have to look for some new. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going to one of the libraries and finding out if
I have your Osplane book on demonology. I also haven't opened it. I don't.
If you would like to leave it with me, I shall have a dig into it and see what I can find.
I can read it with you, but I don't. In your weakened state, I don't really want to leave you with it. You've never.
I'm quite the able reader.
Aunt Griselda, we don't doubt that. But to be honest with you, at the moment, I doubt virtually everything except for my friends and my resolve in Elric. I believe that you did not have anything to do with this, but your husband and my uncle, Merrick, is dead. Your home is destroyed, and a demon nearly killed us all. So until I get some answers, I think it best if you study with Gerhardt and try to find answers before witch hunters come to question us about what happened out there. And with that, Hagen he's just clearly disheveled. He turns to Gerhardt. He's like, I need to go to the Temple of Elric. I need to pray on this, and I need to speak with the Den Father there. Can you keep an eye on my aunt?
Of course.
Thank you. He puts his hand on Gerhardt's shoulder and then walks out.
I'll produce the book and try and help her find. I want to try and find some image, if there's. I assume it's illustrated because the other ones were. Of
Why
circle.
Why don't you come and sit over here next to me on the bed, Gerhardt? And she gives you a bit of a grin that's slightly sickly.
Could I make an insight roll or some such? Is there something that sickly, like it freaks me out, or sickly like she's sick?
Like you're there to fix her fridge.
Yeah.
She has just found out that her husband is dead, so that's a bit weird.
It's her, yeah. It was her brother.
Oh, it's her brother. Sorry.
Not that
Still.
Hagen's family are very intermingled, shall we say? But no, yeah, come.
I will say.
I'm gonna sit over here and we can study together.
Try and go through the book of Doom.
Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
And we'll skip over yourself and over to what's Mordek doing?
Mordek will try and find Ilmarin.
Okay.
So
Where are
it
you
kind of
looking?
hinders on where Ilmarin is.
Ilmarin is not in the inn.
Then I'm going to go looking for him. But I don't know where to start. So I will start with the innkeeper.
Okay.
And ask him if he's seen Ilmarin at all.
Did the innkeeper see you, Ilmarin?
He would have seen me leave in the morning. Yeah, very, very early in the morning. He probably was just
Okay.
setting up breakfast.
Yeah, he left very early on, Master Dwarf. Would you care to try some of our breakfast? The sausages are to die for.
Yep, by God, no. I'm gonna be leaving some room for drinking.
Well, I'll pour you a nice cold ale if you would like. If you would like ale
Gonna be
and
leaving some
sausages
room
or
for
ale and
some
bacon.
heavy drinking, but we need to find that
Okay.
Ponzi, that there elven lad first.
Okay.
He needs a proper drink in him. I say he needs a proper drink on him to help him get over whatever that was.
Oh, and what was it?
Best not go into it. Don't think your manling brain would probably handle it very well.
Oh, someone, what has hurt him?
Did you see which way he went?
Yeah, out the door.
Okay. So I'll go outside. Is there any like market traders or shop owners like right outside? I mean, it's
about
an
50 yards
elven
down the
envoy. It can't
yeah.
be hard to spot leaving. So I was basically going to see if I could go to the shop owner, maybe opposite, and see if he saw what direction he went in early in the morning. And you know, if the investigation happens to take me past a more in fact, just downright rough inn, that's
Yeah.
fine too. Because I need to be having a little drink as well.
Okay. So you're looking for another inn?
I'm looking for Ilmarin, but if I happen to find a complete dive on the way there, that's fine too.
Okay. Yeah.
And if I end up in there, I ain't leaving.
You do run across an establishment that has a few dwarven kind in there, and it's called the Old Crow.
Right.
But it doesn't look particularly nice in there. There's a room with a few round tables in. There's a bucket in the corner that it looks like people use for the toilet. But it's a drinking den, a serious drinking den.
Excellent. So Mordek's coping mechanism for the events of the last day will basically be to drink heavily. So although he presented quite the doughy face during the said events, you know, it has left its own touch on the dwarf, and he's going to handle it by drinking a lot.
Okay.
It's the thought that counts, Dan.
There's a guy behind the bar who has a long black moustache, almost Ming the Merciless, but it bushes out a bit at the bottom. And he's got the most outrageous white comb over you've ever seen. It literally starts from just above his ear and goes all the way across his head. Yeah, and as he's sort of bending down to get like tankards and things, yeah, it keeps flopping flopping up and how are we, Master Dwarf? Voldan's the name. What can I get you?
Yep, barkeep. I put a gold coin on the bar and say, "Give me whatever you got the strongest, and keep it coming until that run out."
Okay, what we've had a fresh delivery of Bugman's ale. Or there's
At that, the dwarf's jaw will drop, and
yeah,
it'll go, that will do nicely, Manly.
yeah. We've got a lad on the inside who gets it for us. It's it's astounding. And he lifts this barrel up and puts it on the bar, and it's got Bugman's ale over it, but ale is spelt AYL. Yeah, and it looks like it's been written over this.
He's gonna get himself killed.
This moat brew, it's called, but it's been written over, and it looks like it's been tried to be rubbed out and scribbled out.
The dwarf, Mordek, will grunt.
Yeah.
And go, "Listen here, Manling. That ain't no Bugman's brew, but I'll take it."
It better be. I've just paid a fortune for it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you've been had there, Sunshine.
No. Hold on. Let me tell you about it, Sunshine. Yeah. Right. Let me tell you. The Emperor's been in here. It's his favourite drinking establishment within Ubersreik. Yeah. Look at this here. Look. And he reaches to the back and he pulls forward this painting and drawing that has got a picture of the Emperor that almost looks like one that you would buy in sort of a souvenir shop. Yeah. It looks like a specific print, and someone has painted Voldan's face next to him, and he's sort of leaning in around him with his arm around him. Yeah, this is when he visited here 2 years ago. Yeah, me and him had this massive drinking contest. It was massive, I tell you. Yeah, we were at it for days on end. The constitution of the Emperor, man, he is some form of superhuman, amazing. But I did him. Yeah, he only managed 19 days. Yeah, 24 days I was there for, non-stop. Yeah. You want another drink?
Aye.
He pours you another drink.
I can't keep the fire without response. I'll punch you in the face.
It's like drinking vinegar. Yeah, it is absolutely cringeworthy, but you can feel the effects slightly coming into it. It is very strong, this moat brew. So, what do you do?
I fight, Manling.
You fight? Oh, I'll have you know, they used to call me the gladiator of the glades. I tell you, I used to fight elves 10 at a time. Yeah, I'd knock their big pointy ears off their heads. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, they'd all be gone. Yeah, I think it took me most three blows to knock one of those elves into next week. I tell you, yeah, don't like her.
Hey up, Manling. Now, listen here. In your time as a barkeep, has anyone actually?
Let me tell you, right, barkeep, yeah, right. I've done it all, yeah. Owner, barkeep, cellarman, I've done the lot, yeah. But let me tell you, yeah, this is my favourite bar to keep all the time, yeah. And I know that you dwarves, live underground, and yeah, you like to live together, so to speak, yeah, and to grow together, so to speak, yeah. But this is proper ale in here, Sunshine. This bar has been kept well, yeah. I have been nominated 7 times, 7 years on the trot as, landlord of the year. Yeah, Ubersreik, landlord of the year. Yeah, look, you'll see my cups there. He has got some like tankards that has been etched
Do
with.
they look fake?
Yeah, Ubersreik, landlord of the year. Yeah, Voldan, Zeitburn.
Do any of them have like
yeah.
next year's date on them?
No, but they do. They do. Some of them sort of go backwards in time, like about 4 years. Yeah, and then there's like a jump. But yeah, he has quite a nice.
And during
selection.
your time, has anyone actually ever called you out on your bullshit?
No, because it's all true.
Well, then I'll be having another drink.
Okay. Pause you another one. I've never known a dwarf drink more than 6 of those. You're on 3 at the moment. Yeah. I've managed 56.
That took you 24 days? I'm not there.
Someone, I think, is going to end up with a broken nose in all of this. I just don't know who.
Gonna be one of us, isn't it? All right. Bet you can't.
What?
Drink me under the table.
Well, what are you saying?
I'm saying let's have a little wager.
What?
Let's have a wager, man.
Any idea how much this stuff costs? Yeah, this is like the number 1 ale of Ubersreik. Yeah, I can't afford a gold piece of a tankard. Yeah.
I mean, it does
while
taste a
we're
bit
talking
like
about it,
I say it tastes like vinegar.
Well, that's because you've got a weak dwarven palate. Yeah.
No.
Right. But what?
No, I'm gonna.
What
no.
we're talking about? What we're talking about? Fights. Are you going to pay your?
If he just said I have a weak
crowns?
dwarven palate, my axe is gonna slam down on the bar.
Whoa.
Ain't nothing weak about me, manling.
Okay.
I say, there ain't nothing weak about me. Give me another drink.
Okay. That's 4 gold crowns now, sir. What's the?
What? For what?
4 gold. Yeah.
No, I told you till this one ran out.
What? Ah, okay. So you still want to go on? Okay. Yeah.
No. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
He gets his little book out and starts writing it down. Right. Okay. I've sorted you a tab out. Right. So, as I was saying, me and the lady Nact went out the other night. Yeah. We went
Is the
out
barrel
for a few
still on the
beers.
side of the bar? Is the barrel still on the bar?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick it up and break it over his head.
Okay. Make me a weapon skill roll
or something. What do you want? Melee brawling or melee basic or?
Yeah, melee basic, because you as you pick the barrel up, I'm going to give you -10 on this roll, because as you pick the barrel up, it starts to run out and it's sort of hitting you in the face, and you're sort of trying to keep from like drinking it as you try and hit him with it as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, hold on. Melee basic. Let's roll that. +10. -10 even. All right, there we go. Critical.
Yeah, you pick it up and you basically bring it down on his head. Yeah. Do you want to roll me the critical?
Click it.
And you actually hit his head as well. That was quite impressive.
Yeah, I rolled a critical. What does it do?
Dramatic
injury. Oh God, I'm going to prison.
Oh my word!
Bleeding condition.
So you broke this across his forehead, and his cheek is sort of smashed in.
Across the forehead, cheek, game, one
And
bleeding
he
condition.
basically falls to the floor and sort of sits down, and he's just looking dazed, as
So
half
at
of his
that po-
face looks like it's been pushed in.
At that point, I'll leave another gold piece on the table, on the bar, and say, "Hey up, Manling. Sorry about the mess," and then leave and go find
many-
another bar.
How many gold pieces have you left on the bar?
That's a total of 2, I assume.
I think there was 2, and I had 4, so
Okay, so you've left 2.
I've gone through a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
But there's a good night. There's a good night out. Good morning out.
In like 10 minutes.
Okay, so make
Right.
me a perception check as you leave the pub.
Oh god, I'm awful at this.
At difficult.
Is that a skill? No.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is a skill. It's a basic skill.
Oh no! Oh god! No.
Yeah, it's based on int.
Oh wow! I have no idea how I succeeded that. I have like a
Okay,
perception of 20.
okay.
This is all the elves' fault.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So you go to the next bar along.
I'm going to be continuing my quest to find the elf, one bar at a time.
Yeah, okay, you succeeded, but not well enough. +8.
I've got my character. Okay, so we'll leave it there for a minute for you. Ilmarin.
Wow, Ilmarin's had a very busy morning. First, he went to the rookery to send a message to his mother and father in Altdorf at the Elven Embassy,
Okay.
asking to come home.
Okay.
He is very disturbed at this moment in time and feels very uncomfortable in his general life choices now, and apparently hanging out with humans, which he didn't believe was going to be this dangerous, is extremely dangerous. And he's asked for his mother and father to get him passage back to Otherone to the Temple of Assyrium.
Okay.
His intention is to go join the Phoenix Guard or die
Okay.
trying. However, after
Okay.
that, he has ventured to the Elven Princess's home, or at least he's trying to find the Elven Princess's home, who's still left from that Elven Prince who died in our second episode. Yeah, because she's going to have
Princess Alabama.
she's going to have some shrines to the Elven gods, even if it's a little one.
Okay.
And basically, he's looking to go find that if he can.
Okay. Yeah, you know where she lives. Yeah, and you find the house. As you knock on the door, quite a large, quite a tall, should I say, large elf, meets you at the door. Can I help you, friend?
Is the Grace at home?
Yes, she is. I am Amris. Could I? If I could take your coat and your weapons.
Thank you, Amris. I am Ilmarin of Yves, and I hand him over my stuff.
Okay.
I wish
do you
simply.
live in Ubersreik, or have you?
I'm merely visiting with a human convoy. However, I'm potentially looking to return home, but I would hope that the lady of the home would allow me the small favour of using your shrines to the elven gods. I haven't been able to pass prayer in some time to our gods, and I will admit that I've been maybe a little bit distracted of recently.
So the lady, she has no shrines here, but in my quarters, I carry a small idol that might be of use to you.
That would be very much appreciated if I could have but a moment and pass some prayers to the elven gods.
Okay. Would you care to come with me to my room?
Most certainly.
It leads you up the stairs, and then up some more, and then up some more, and then up some more. About 4 stories of stairs.
It's an impressive house, I'm
And
sure, as well.
Onto a landing, and there is some impressive artwork here, and a lot of the woodwork is carved into leaves.
I was going to say, does it look
and-
like proper elven architecture?
Yeah. It looks like human architecture that has had some work done on the interior by elven folk, and it takes us into quite a basic sort of room. But again, the bed has been carved in beautiful patterns. He has a picture above the fireplace in his room that is beautiful. It's like a picture of a forest, one that you've not seen the like of for a long time.
Mm.
And there is a table in the corner with this idol of this beautiful male figure holding his hands out.
So an idol to Assyrian, the king of the gods. Excellent, fantastic. So first off, I'm going to look at the picture and obviously see that it's beautiful. And I ask him if is that the woodlands of your home, where you're from?
Yes, indeed.
It's truly beautiful. I miss home sometimes.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed my time in the old world, and I was almost raised here, and I've only ever seen our home really in pictures.
Okay. Well, the old world is interesting. I do enjoy my time here, but yes, I do like. I don't like the ways of humans and dwarven kind and things, but they are very interesting people, and I like to watch from afar. I think there's a lot of strength within these people if we can guide them.
Yes, but those strengths are often mired by their weaknesses as well.
Yeah, but without weakness, you wouldn't have strength, and they wouldn't be able to learn.
It's very wise words.
Indeed, I mean, we should teach them. We should offer them guidance. We should be there with them, stand side by side with them, because they are hardy folk.
Yes, and unfortunately, the inheritors of the world, it would seem, they even in now they spread more upon this world, and it's not troubling, but sometimes I fear that our influence would not be enough. I've seen some dark things recently with the man, and it troubles me.
He pulls a chair from underneath the desk and offers you a seat on the bed as he sits down. Would you care to tell me what has happened?
Would that I could. I am very troubled, and such troubles and such burdens should not be placed on another. And
but indeed, if you share the burden, then maybe we could help. You know, there are a few of us in Ubersreik. Some of us are of the woodland kind, but you know, we do have a sizable group. You know, if you're in trouble, I could find you peace, maybe.
I'm afraid the trouble that I may be in can only be helped by the gods themselves now. My human party that I travel with, which we have a dowie as well, a dwarf who I actually have grown to respect slightly, but I would never tell him. But somehow they dragged me into this awful affair, and now I'm concerned that my soul has been touched by she who firsts.
I shan't mention the name, but we are talking about the same thing, aren't we?
Yes.
It is indeed troubling, but again, find strength in your brothers and sisters. We are here. If you wish to come, we could maybe go for a walk and meet some of the others within the glades, out of sight of Ubersreik, and we could meditate there.
That I would appreciate, but I also worry if this corruption is real, if Slanesh really has marked my soul, I would not want to trouble
Please,
you.
I would
people.
ask you not to. It might be a taint that it is put on you, but please do not mention that name again.
My apologies. I'm so fearful for my life and my soul at this moment in time. I forget myself. I'm considering returning to our home, to Avon, to put myself at the mercy of Asurian himself, to step upon his flames.
It is bold words indeed, but why do you not do something now? These things are to be. If this thing was this thing part of this world, or was it in one of the nether realms?
I think it was the Nether Realm, but it was so hard to tell. I'm not gifted with magic, so
it is not now of this plane.
no, not that I'm aware of. At least I have not seen it since we escaped its grasp.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, I shall leave you here for a little while I go and see if my lady needs anything. Please come down and knock on the main door when you're finished.
Thank you. I will use this time to pass prayer to our gods. Perhaps Asurian and Aisha will protect my soul.
Okay. Hagen and Carolyn. Hagen comes through the main doors of the temple. Magdar has got his legs up on a pew. He's mumbling something that you don't understand at all under his breath. He seems to constantly moan and bicker to himself. And even
I think
growls.
I've been mostly leaving him to himself and talking to the to the actual more, approachable priest.
And the den father, he sort of has a long beard, and it is brown, but sort of a reddish brown, maybe an auburn brown beard, and his hair is long except for the top of his head where his hair has grown thin. And he wears, even inside, he wears the furs, and he wears sort of sackcloth robes, and tucked inside his belt is two small but very brutal looking hammers. Sir Knight, it is good to see you here. You're muted, Aaron. Aaron.
Muted.
Thank you.
Hey. Aha.
Then, Father, I wish I came at a better time. I seek your counsel. We have seen and battled true evil, and we lost my uncle, Merrick von Guldine.
That is indeed bad news.
I've come to pray for his soul and the soul of my aunt, and to confess what we have seen, ask for Ulrich's guidance.
You speak of Griselda. Is she dead?
She is not dead. She is in where we are staying. Friends of mine are watching over, but I have concerns, and as I tell you this tale, I'm sure you'll understand my concerns, and perhaps your counsel will help me make some decisions. Is there a place where you and I and my friend can speak in private?
Yeah, of course. Come through to the back room, and he leads you through to a stone floor, small room. There is a single bed in the corner. There's a table there. There is 2 chairs at the table, and there is a step that goes down into the room as well. Fairly basic bare room. Please take a seat. Tell me more of what's gone on.
So Hagen slips into his chair, and he's by Ulrich's teeth and claws. What I am about to tell you is the truth as I know it, and it is a harrowing tale. And with that, Hagen launches into their adventures from the moment he was knighted up through the death or the destruction of that demon, and then are being pulled into that nether realm, and the conversation with Slinbold, and then our acceptance of the coin and our leaving of the nether realm, and my fears that my Aunt Griselda may be more deeply tied into this than she's laying claims to. And then after I bear my soul, I turn to Carolyn, and Carolyn, is there anything else that I missed, or that we need to unburden ourselves with here?
There was something in that room with Marwyn. The wall was like a face was pushed out of it. I've never seen anything like it. Even the demon didn't shake me like that.
Right. And one other thing, Den Father. Carolyn has reminded me of it. That creature, that demon, whatever it was, who called himself Slinbold, he wanted us to hunt a dark elf down. And we did, in fact, encounter a dark elf on our way to Ubersreik. It was a prisoner, or we thought it was a prisoner. And it appears to have escaped a tomb in Ubersreik, killing an elf lord on the way out. I don't know how, but I feel that somehow this is all connected. Some web that I and Johan and our other friends have been drawn into. And I seek guidance from all this.
Suspect that elf was no innocent victim.
No, he was definitely... Well, I don't know definitely, but I feel it in my bones.
The way we found him, he was... The halfling had been hung. Someone hung the halfling over the door. There was some kind of magical ward keeping out evil or keeping in evil. And someone hung a halfling on the wards.
That's right, Carolyn.
I know nothing about magic, but that sounds like someone's trying to break a barrier to me.
I don't know, but I do know.
The only other person we know was there was an elf, who then got stabbed, probably by whatever was in that room.
So you see, Den Father, we've been pulled into something we do not understand, against magics we do not comprehend, and we need Ulrich's guidance and protection.
Sounds that you have indeed found obstacles, shall we say. I feel my wisdom is not enough to guide you at the moment, but I will pray and I will meditate over these coming days to see if I can find guidance. Magdar, even though he's very primitive, he will aid me in this meditation.
Thank you, Tin Father.
He isn't going anywhere with his legs in that state.
I know I'm new to the knightly order and have been given the questing status so that I may find Ulrich's path on my own, and I will endeavor to see an end to that. Should you guidance from the Wolf Lord, please let me know. And I would only ask one other thing of you. My aunt, Griselda, I do fear for her soul. Could I bring her here to the temple and have you watch over her while we try to find some direction in all of this madness?
Yes, of course, but there is nowhere for her to stay really. She could have my quarters, but
well, then perhaps stay at our inn, but perhaps Father Riker or Father Arbit could come to our inn and sit with her from time to time and balance her soul in their eyes.
Of course, yes. Yeah, I'll sort that out. I don't mind coming at night time. I will leave Magdar here, and I will come and pray for a soul. I mean,
thank you.
I know she didn't follow the path that her brother wanted to, but she was a strong woman. Are you sure that she has lost her way?
I am not sure. I am sure of nothing. As I told you, she claims no knowledge of what has happened, only that visitors came to their home a week or more ago, and one was a wizard, one was a dwarf, and that she was somehow trapped within their machinations, and that the demon that we slayed or destroyed at the very least took her form. So it is perhaps that she is completely innocent, but in all of this, there is so much deception that I fear for her soul, and I would see that she is freed of any taint. So your help and the help of the other priests here would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, indeed.
And you shall see me here each day praying to Ulrich to help find guidance against such a foe that could lay waste to my uncle.
Indeed. We will hunt it down, and we will do it. Is it at this plane now, or is it in the Nether Realms, or?
We left it in some nether realm, but I have a feeling that either it or its agents are not trapped within such a realm. It implied that it could reach out to us at any time, as it did within that manor house. Though that may be a boastful lie, I simply do not know.
Tell me more of how it got here. How did you meet it?
It was at the end of when my Aunt Griselda asked us to destroy the ritual. We laid waste to those glassy orbs, and in so doing, somehow unleashed a whirling maelstrom of shadow. And then each of us found ourselves pulled within that nether realm, where that being, that's Slinbold or whatever that he is or was, he tried to bargain with us, as evil often will. And that we all refused him and walked our own path out of the nether realm. But if he could so easily ensnare us there, perhaps...
You mentioned some ritual with glass orbs. Could you describe this?
Yes, there was 5 pedestals with glass orbs upon them. And
thought there
within
were
them
8.
there was or 8. There was a purplish black smoke
Are
swirling
you
within
sure
each
that
of the
there was 8?
globes.
Okay.
Carolyn,
I
was so
think
distracted by
so.
the battle.
I
that-
wasn't the one
And did
breaking them, so I wasn't counting. But I think there
You
were 8.
broke the orbs.
The orb, yes, we broke the orbs, trying to stop the ritual as my aunt had requested. But upon the ground there was a circle in sand or some other something, and that was also scuffed apart. We were attempting to stop the ritual. I don't know if perhaps we made it worse. The apprentice wizard that travels with us, Gerhardt, was outside of his area of expertise, so we simply did the best that we could.
I've seen these things before from afar on the battlefields, where beyond belief evil comes through and fights on this land. I fear that you've witnessed something along the same lines. And from what you tell me, it could be here.
That is what I'm afraid of. That is why I felt the first thing I had to do was come here to warn you of what had happened, so that perhaps you and the other priests of the Empire can be forewarned and forearmed against the evil that may now be loose near Ubersreik.
Okay. We will meditate, and I will also come and visit your aunt.
Thank you, dear Father.
But we shall. We will have to see. This does trouble me, indeed. Yes. I don't know what else to say, really.
I just appreciate your prayers and your help with my aunt. I must make back for the inn, and then I think we will need to go and speak with the Lady Notch. And with
Okay.
that,
So,
he turns and
Dan,
leaves.
Mordek, done. Could you make me a consume alcohol roll, please? At
Sure
difficult,
thing.
as you crawl from pub to pub,
At
into inn,
what difficult? Sorry?
tavern to tavern. Difficult, please.
Difficult. Drink alcohol. Is that a talent or a skill?
It's a skill.
Should be a
Skill.
skill.
It's a skill, yeah. Consume alcohol. We go difficult. So -10. Marginal success.
Yeah, you keep it in there. You've not got full control of your feet.
It's fine. This is the dwarven coping mechanism.
Okay.
Not got full control of his feet. That's how he's ended up in the next pub, right?
Okay. Gerhard, as you're sitting there reading, you hear a lot of commotion from downstairs. Sorry, I've missed someone out, and I do apologise very much. Roger, on your ammo trip. So yeah, you go to Von Goat's armory, where he has lots of nice black powder weapons. He even has some what looks like round black circles with fuses in the top of them.
Okay. No, I'm
He
just
has
buying.
an extensive line of pistols, of big sort of multi-barreled guns. Some of them look quite well like they wouldn't work, but yeah, they look well made. Some of them look a little bit ropey, but yeah, they're good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've already working on my own designs for such things. So yeah, I'm just here for ammunition, shot and powder.
Okay. Do you want to try your guns out the back? We have a range.
That won't be necessary. I've tested them in the field.
You sound like you know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm an engineer.
Then you will appreciate this. And he reaches underneath the counter and he pulls out this. It looks like it's made of oak, and the barrel underneath is highly polished. And it looks amazing. And on the oak are plates of what look like gold metal on there. It is probably the most ornate pistol that you've ever seen. And then he reaches and pulls out an identical one to it. How about this? Yeah, these were made by the Remus brothers, Remus and Remus. Brilliant, absolutely amazing guns.
Do they look well made to me?
Oh, yeah, you've not seen any better than this.
Okay. Very impressive. They must have cost you a fair sum.
Well, I have contacts, and they're really good, obviously, but we have lots of contacts, and I got them for a nice price. But again, there is nothing in there that I won't part with. If you wanted this fine pair of knock me deads, then I could work a deal with you, sir.
It's okay. I'm working on my own design.
Right. Okay. Well.
But thank you.
Well, I may be able to fund you, sir, or offer you a little bit of sponsorship if I could have one of your end products, shall we say? Do you make these things?
I do.
Oh, could I see one that you've made?
I don't have any with me. They were all at the university.
Which university are we talking about, sir?
Altdorf.
Altdorf?
I studied at the Altdorf College of Engineering.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to say, today it pleases me mostly. I mean, it's been a long time since I've had a connoisseur of engineering in here, especially when it comes to the black powder variety.
I mean, I'd be happy to do some work with you and make some items in exchange for you supplying me with the parts I need to construct my own.
Well, yeah. I tell you what, sir. Take a seat. Do you drink a tea or leaf brew or anything? Can I get you a drink? I've got mead. Yeah. If I could borrow a little bit of your time to talk, all things.
I'm sure tea will be sufficient.
Excellent. And he goes in the back fire, comes back with 2 steaming wooden cups, little wooden mugs, and he puts them both on the counter. You take it, sir, if you'd mind.
Thank you.
So, how long have you been in Ubersreik, sir?
Not long, only a few days.
Okay. Yeah, it's a quiet place, Ubersreik. You don't get much action down here.
Sort of. It's
unless you're one of those troublemaker types who goes looking for it, then you find lots of trouble. Yeah, but no, it's a nice quiet town. I come originally from Middenheim. Manta boy, Middenheim. But I have to say my passion has been in building these beauties.
Do you have any examples of your own work here?
Yeah, and he goes and picks this rifle up, and again it's very well made. Not as nice as the 2 guns that he shows you.
So
he
looks
pistols.
like he knows what he's doing.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But it looks like it's made out of basic metals and woods and things. Because obviously there's not a lot of people that can afford these wares, or you have to be a certain type of person. But I even do a cut price section where we use softer woods and metals. They work fine, but I do them for quite a discount to the local populace. You know, if they're looking for something, you know, to keep themselves safe.
Firearms are generally beyond the means of most of the local populace.
Absolutely. Well, that's where I found a niche in the market. They all come with a disclaimer. I mean, you know, being cheaper, obviously they can be a little bit more unreliable and things, and
Almost
a few
certainly.
folk have lost hands and things. But yeah, they sell like hotcakes, to be fair.
Well, I mean, that's good to know. They're usually those who can afford such wares are willing to pay a premium for a suitably premium item.
Absolutely. But yeah, if you've got any ideas or any plans that you want to let me look at, I could probably knock you something up. I mean, you know, you pay me a small fee, I'd be happy to. And again, when you feel like making something, I'd be happily to help you with that, support you.
Well, if you like it, if you got a workshop nearby,
yeah,
we can
indeed,
always
behind,
go through some
behind.
things.
Absolutely. I'll show you my workshop. It's quite a nice setup, I think. Would you like to come through?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, and he leads you into what it's like an enclosed backyard, and it's about 20 feet across the yard, and on the far side is 5 sort of wooden silhouettes. It looks like this is sort of a firearms range, and then there's a door at the back behind one of the figures, and he moves the figure out of the way, opens it up, and goes into, and it's got some really nice stuff here. Some really nice benches. There's
So good tools.
Yeah, good tools. There's a large sort of fire pit. It looks impressive. A couple of really big anvils, and it's good. I'd be happy for you to use this, sir. Like I say, it's been a long time since I've had a fellow connoisseur come in here.
Yeah, I'd be happy to, join you in your work to discuss mechanisms. It'd be nice to just talk things over with a man who appreciates these things. I have very learned friends, however, engineering isn't what they're able to discuss with me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe I've. So I am Jonathan Van Goat, and this is my. I didn't catch your name, sir.
Johan von Erfinder, I'll say, offering him a hand.
Pleased to meet you, sir. Well, hopefully we can, work together. I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely. Like I say, this day is a good day.
I'll reach into my bag and produce my book, and kind of flick to the page where I've been working on a design for a weather-resistant armor that would go over the top of other things with little pouches inside for stashing things like ammunition, and show him the designs for what effectively is a leather poncho.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
And yeah,
this is what I've used this in the past, and he goes to the back of the room, and up against the wall is, and he sort of picks it down, and it's about chest sort of size, but it's this big, thick chunk of plate, of iron or something, and it's got a bit of rope around it, and he sort of picks it up and he sort of hangs it over his neck, so it's there. and there is a couple of blunderbuss circles in there. It's been hit by bullets of some form, but it's not passed all the way through.
Very impressive. And I'll kind of show him where I was looking at putting chain links within the multi-layers of leather for increased strength.
Ah. Yes, yeah, that could work. I'll put some drawings together tonight.
If you have the
know.
materials, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, I'd be
dug up
happy
a
to supply.
prototype.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, indeed,
Johan
yeah.
will quite happily sit there and focus his
Okay,
mind on
and-
his work rather than.
He gets his pad
recent
out and he
events.
starts. Yeah, as you're talking, he sort of looks like he's drawing something and writing things down.
Yeah, I'll just happily stay there the afternoon tinkering and talking engineering.
Okay, so Gerhard, you hear some commotion downstairs as there's lots of shouting, and it sounds like chairs are being thrown all over the bar, smashing chairs. Griselda sort of jumps up. What's going on? Has he come for me? Have they come for me?
Who are you talking about? I'm gonna slap shut the book and lock it. Firstly.
Those that came to our house and tied me
Wizard and
up.
the dwarf.
And their group, yes.
Stay here. I'll check. I'm gonna put the books back into my book bag.
Yeah.
Bring them with me as I leave. Lock the room behind me.
Okay.
Is there anyone
she
else? Is everyone still gone? I assume they're.
Yeah. Well, you
Just
can
me.
still smell food.
I meant of
but-
the group. They're all still out, I assume.
Yeah, they're all still out. You can hear Franz's voice from downstairs as he's trying to throw his weight about, trying to sort of stop the violence by giving some aggression back. I'll warn you. Actually, shall we have a quick toilet break?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just have 5 minutes toilet and drink break, guys. We'll be back after 5 minutes. Thank you for staying with us, and I'll see you in a bit.
Ooh.
And welcome back. We've just had our toilet and drink break, as Dan is demonstrating now, of course, not the toilet part of it. Yeah, and we will go back. Thank you for
Chamber
joining
pot.
again. Episode 8, part 2. As Gerhardt walks down the stairs of the inn to be greeted by a group of 5 pretty thuggish chaps, and one of them has got hold of Franz by the scruff of the neck. And Gunter, the chef, is holding a saucepan in his hand and sort of waving it over his head, even though he's not saying anything.
I'm not gonna wait into 5 guys with my literal incapable of doing anything in melee combat.
Yeah, boss, I reckon that's one of them there. I've seen them in here together.
I recognize this.
And he sort of pushes and lets go of Franz.
I don't recognize any of them, do I?
Caliber,
That
bring him
sounds
in. And this big guy ducks underneath the door frame, and he walks in. He's got a bald head, and he's got a big scar straight down the middle of his head that goes through his nose, and it looks like it's been sewn together. It looks like his head was virtually split, but it's been bound back together again and healed. Of course, it ain't still bound. And he's holding these big, thick leather leads, and on the end of each lead is a big, muscly dog, and they're growling and barking.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for your companion.
Could you be more specific?
The one who took the baby's arm.
Oh, yeah, he's not here.
No. Well, we thought that you could come with us until he got back. And I'll leave Franz here. And when he gets back, Franz can tell him to come and see us and come and see you. So, what you say?
I'm
Fella.
not exactly in a position to refuse right now.
We'll look after you, of course. We've got food. And he looks at one of his friends and he nods and sort of gathers up all a load of this bacon and sausage and sticks it in his pockets.
Imagine having
We'll
sausages
feed
in
you
your
well, boy.
pockets.
Sausage more than bacon.
Yeah. Squeeze the grease out of it. Gentlemen, I'm at your disposal.
Okay. And they lead you away down the
I got a
path.
stick. Like, I'm not going to fight them. You know?
Yeah. And this big guy, Cowboy, he's sort of grunting behind you as he's trying to hold these dogs who are barking at your feet almost and growling at you, but he's keeping them back from you. And they lead you through the streets of Ubersreik into like a warehouse sort of quarter. And a couple of warehouses in, they open the door and lead you through. And there's this big empty warehouse space, and there's just a chair. It's a log in the middle of the whole warehouse. He says, "Do you want to go and have a sit down?"
Of course. Who hired you to come after?
Oh, nobody hired me. Yeah, your friend. He's he's done some damage to a really good friend of mine, and he's going to have to pay. And he sort of wipes these tears away from. Oh, he's got the best surgeons that money can buy working on it at the moment, but he smashed his face in. Yeah, it was horrible, truly horrible and horrific. Yeah, he's like a wild animal. I'm going to set my wild animals on him. I'm going to have him. Yeah, I'll make him pay. I'm going to hear him scream. I'm going to shave his beard. Yeah.
I've never seen him pick a fight with someone who didn't wrong him in some way, but if you want to pick a fight with someone who's removed the genitals of an ogre in single combat and done this to your friend, that's between you guys.
Well done, lay unconscious with his picture of the Emperor in his hands. Yeah, he wasn't armed. Yeah, it was barbaric. It was horrid.
I wasn't there, friend. I don't know.
Now sit down before I lose my temper.
Very well.
Oh, friends, search him. He comes and pats you down. Have you got anything on you worth?
I've got a staff. Unfortunately, I do have my book bag.
Okay. So they take both of them off you and they put them over to one side.
Yeah. I wasn't dressed.
I'm not interested in your things. I'm interested in blood, dwarf blood.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I'm going to wear his beard as a codpiece. Yeah.
Sounds itchy.
I'm going to make him suffer.
I mean, you no offense, but you're not the first person to go after his blood.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I know that. I know the reputation he comes with. All of that, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, I've got a group of lads with me. And they're all wrong uns. Wrong uns from birth, these boys.
Any of them ever fight an ogre in single combat? Not to
Uh,
cast aspersions. But...
No, but they had a couple of had a bit of a run in with Shirley's mum, and she's a demon, let me tell you. Yeah. Whew.
Fair.
I've seen her fight a tavern full of men. Yeah.
You do know.
Someone says that she's the hardest man in Ubersreik. Let me tell you, Shirley's mum, she's got some temper. Yeah. And she nags with her fists. Do you know what I mean?
I've met a couple of those people in my time, yeah. I'm not a fighter myself, I mean, obviously, but you do know this dwarf you're going after also has friends.
Do you want some sausage?
I actually had some earlier, they're quite good. Please don't let me stop.
Want some more? I'd hate to think you were going hungry there.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah. Now, I'm sorry, but I do have to do this, Franz. And Franz walks up to you and slaps you round the face. Not hard, but it's a blow to your face. Yeah. Now, I've obviously got to make you feel uncomfortable. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't be friendly all the time. So, now and again, we're going to have to slap you up. Yeah, I hope you understand that. Until your friend, more Dick or whatever his name is, yeah, until he, gets his comeuppance.
Oh, uppances will come, I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave that bit there, and we'll go back over to everybody as you arrive back in the tavern.
Oh dear.
And
so did my day of tinkering in the workshop go well?
yeah, it did. Yeah, you've come up with some good ideas. He thinks he can get you sort of a bit of a prototype of this poncho knocked up. You know, if you help him, sort of thing, in between days. He thinks he can get something together.
There's a few bits that I didn't mention. A few, little how-tos of very, engineers' secrets and all that.
When you return to the inn, as you get close, you notice one thing. Yeah, that homely smell hits you again of fish and potatoes. Yeah. And as you get in, there's in the table of the middle of the bar is a big, like sort of pewter bowl of this sickly white looking liquid with lumps of something, and it looks like a couple of fish heads in there even as well.
Knew it wouldn't last.
Yeah, and Gunter stood there with a big ladle and a sort of pile of smaller bowls, and he sort of grins. It's back.
Oh, no more sausages.
No, they did go down popular, and we had a lot of complaints. Yeah, a lot of the regulars like Gunter's. I've got to think of a better word for it other than fish and potato. I know, because that's what it is, fish and potato. Well, and there's a little bit of time in there as well, and a few little secret ingredients. But I was thinking of a name for it. Something like
stew,
Gunter's jam, or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to think on it anyway, and I'm going to make it my special, because you guys who stay here, and the lovely lads and lasses from around here, they die for Gunter's jam, but I don't really like the
or potentially die after eating it.
Gunter's gumbo.
Gunter, has my aunt and Gerhardt been down during the day?
Yeah, Gerhardt came down and he left with a group of blokes. No,
From the college?
I've not seen. No, the one it's that lot from what do they call them? Now it begins with a U. Can't think of what it's called. Give me 5 minutes, I'll think about it.
That's fine,
No,
Gunter.
no, it's not urchins. No.
They should
It's
have
gone.
left a
It
more
was on the- it was on
reliable
the-
messenger.
Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue, but yeah, I can't. I'm just going to go and get another pot full of Gunter's fish soup. Yeah. No, hold on a sec. Gunter's fish and potato soup. Yes, that's it. And yeah, and he goes into the kitchen, and he comes back 5 minutes later with a couple of towels around the handles, and he sort of arches it onto the table and sort of shoves it across.
Well, as appetizing as that looks, I'm going to go see to my aunt. And Hagen heads upstairs.
So,
okay.
Can you remember anything more about these gentlemen that Gerhardt went off with?
Yeah, they had a couple of big dogs. Yeah. They look the friendly type. The dogs did. I'm sure that I've seen their type before, chasing after sticks that are thrown for, and they bring them back, and then you chuck them again, and they bring them back. Yeah. But yeah,
Was
quite
Gerhardt
friendly.
expecting these people?
He did seem to go quite quietly with them. I've just had the best idea. How about instead of Gunter's fish and potato soup, we call it Gunter's potluck? How about that?
That sounds appropriate.
Yeah, I like that. Gunter's potluck.
So, can you remember who these people were?
The message left with Franz.
What people?
The ones who went off with Gunter.
With Gunter?
Gerhardt, sorry.
I don't know Gunter. Oh, Gerhardt.
Was anyone else around when this happened?
Well, Franz was, but they knocked him around a little bit. He's gone for a lie down.
Where is Franz? I'll go check on him.
He's in his private. You're not allowed back there.
I can help him feel better.
Yeah, I bet. He has a strict no one beyond the bar policy.
I'm sure he does.
Klaus, that's his name.
And who's Klaus?
He's the self-proclaimed leader of the Wrongstein gang.
A gang? That sounds like Gerhardt's typical
That's what they call
associates.
The underworld. That's it.
Where can we find these Wrongstein gangs?
In the underworld. Can I see if I have any idea where I might find them, given I have probably the right kind of connections?
Absolutely.
Would you like me to make a roll?
Yes.
What kind of roll would you like me to make?
Law criminal.
I don't have law criminal. I have law local.
Yes, we'll have law local. That sounds, yeah, and you can have, being as you have
dodgy connections.
Yeah, tentacles into that sort of business. You can have a bonus of plus 20 to your roll.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So Klaus van Rongstein, you've heard of the Rongsteins before, and there's the three brothers basically, and two of the brothers are dead. They got into a fight with the Lowhaven halfling syndicate, which they didn't survive. Which is they're quite a nasty syndicate of thieves and bullies. These halflings in Ubersreik, and quite a large part of the Empire as well.
Okay.
But yeah, the Lowhavens put them to the sword, or shall we say, the knife, and they put their uprising around. But Klaus, he's known as a bit of a bully, a bit of he runs a few doors on the taverns down here. He has quite a large network of thugs who basically look after certain low life taverns where you do sort of get a bit of trouble.
Okay, that's not a group of people that Gerhardt would have gone with if he'd had a choice.
I'll go get Hagen.
Yeah, that'd be good. Ugh. And if possible, it would be good if we could get in and out without, just shooting everyone, because
It's all right. I've got enough bullets now.
So Hagen, you go upstairs.
he has a lot of people.
Your auntie's story's
You
what?
heard the phrase "kicking a hornet's nest"?
I knock on the door. Aunt Griselda, it's me, Hagen. Open the door.
There is no answer.
I call down over the banister. Gunter, do you have keys to this room? I need to see to my aunt now.
I don't, but Franz will have. But he's not to be disturbed.
I'm going to break this door down if you don't get me the keys now.
You can't do that, Mr. Knight. Have you any idea how expensive those doors are?
I'm going to break this door down if you don't get me the keys now. That's your last warning, Gunter. This is serious.
Hang on, I might be able to get in there.
Well, yeah, if you hold your feet, yeah, please.
All right.
I'll go and see him, and I'll get the keys if we need to. Unless you can, I hate to he's a lovely man, but he's got a foul temper, and he's strictly no one behind the bar policy.
Go get the keys, Gunter.
Yeah, yes, yeah, okay.
When he disappears, I will basically just get out my engineer's tools and see if I can remove the lock.
Thank you, Johan. I don't know what's going on in there, but with the days we've been having...
Make me a
trade engineer.
A engineering man, yeah, trade engineer role.
It's 3 success levels.
Okay, yeah, you get through this lock quite easily. And you open the door, and the window is open, and your auntie is not there.
Damn it. I knew. I can't believe Gerhardt left her unattended.
It sounds like it wasn't entirely his choice. I'll say kind of reassembling the locking mechanism.
Were they taken together?
He didn't say, but it sounds like Gerhardt's got himself into or been caught up in something with a gang, and I think we need to go get him back.
Damn it.
So
all right,
get your gear together.
So yeah, I mean, Hagen's he's still got his armor and his hammer with him, so he just walks downstairs.
Kind of quickly, reattach everything and shut the door.
So you're met at the bottom of the stairs by Gunter, who is holding quite a big fish, a large potato, and he's sort of holding them together, and he's got the keys. I got you the keys, sir.
That's all right, Gunter. Johann had a spare key. We'll be leaving for a while to go fetch Gerhardt.
So you won't be needing the keys then, sir?
Not at the moment. If my aunt should return, please ask her to stay until a priest of Ulrich arrives this evening.
I went and got them special for you, sir.
That's very nice of you, Gunter. I truly appreciate it, but we are
Oh, you hurt
in
his
a hurry.
feelings.
I'll kind of walk down the stairs and go, appreciated, and hand him a couple of pennies.
Oh, thank you, sir. And he goes to shake your hand, but he's got a fish there.
Don't worry, I can see you're busy.
He holds onto his fish, and he goes to shake your hand again.
That's quite all right. We're in a hurry, but thank you, and I'll keep walking.
He sort of follows you away from him with his hand.
Right.
My favorite part was the way you looked at your hand, like in a.
There was a lot of fish scales on his hand. There definitely.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
Right.
So, Johann, where is Gerhardt gone?
Do you know where he is?
I guess with 2 success levels, I've got an idea of the area they frequent, certainly.
Yeah, I know where he is.
Sorry, who was saying that?
There's a guy over in the corner with a brown hood up, and he's sort of sat in the shadows, and he's got
Does
his
his face light
on
up
the
as a
table.
pipe?
No, not at all. He doesn't.
Aragon!
Smoke. And he says, "Yeah, I know where he is."
And
Would you care to share that with us?
Well, there's an easy way of getting him back, isn't there?
I don't know, is there?
Yeah,
And that is
I'll take the dwarf to go and get his friend.
What's your business with Mordek?
just kind of look at Mordek.
I mean, Mordek's probably hammered right now, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he's
is
steaming
Mordek-
it.
Am I even there?
Yeah, I think we've all come back.
Yeah. You've sort of come back. You're there because
You're not entirely sure
sort of big
how
promotion
you got
before, yeah.
back.
No, you suddenly ended up here, and as you got through the door, and you're not sure what's been going on. There were talks of Gerhardt and whatever, but the only thing that you can see is the silky smooth hair of Ilmarin, and even though it is a little bit singed and things, and you're just really pleased to see your elven friend. And though you wouldn't use that word out, yeah, but inside your head,
Inebriated.
and
Inebriated head.
you're sort of really pleased with yourself because you've tracked him down. Yeah, you've managed to track him down. And you've found him. Yeah,
That's brilliant.
and you've drank so much alcohol. Yeah, and it's led you to Ilmarin, and you're dumbstruck with the fact.
Can
that how
Ilmarin
good you
see?
are.
Can Ilmarin see Mordek like staring at him intently like this?
Oh, brilliant.
Well,
That's absolutely
he's
right.
not really staring at you, he's sort of trying to, but he keeps sort of staggering over, and he's sort of trying to keep with it, and now and again he'll throw a couple of fists at someone who's not there, and he just don't look very with it. He's in a bit of a bad way.
Okay. Ilmarin just like looks at him and just shrugs because that seems fairly normal for Mordek, to be honest. He's maybe a little bit more drunk than usual, but we've had a harrowing few days, so Ilmarin's kind of putting it down to that.
Oh, shit.
So Hagen turns back to this guy and he's like, once again, what's your business with Mordek?
I ain't got no business at all, but I know that they said that they wanted to talk to him. So I'll take the dwarf over and get your friend, and I'll bring your friend back.
How
It's all right,
about you take
someone's already
all
walked
of
off
us
with one of our
over
friends.
there?
Listen, Toffee Hammer. Yeah, right. Don't you know who I am?
I don't care.
And he sort
had
of
a very
stands
bad
up
day.
and pushes the table over a little bit, and it moves about a foot. Yeah.
Dan, you're on mute.
I'd step down if I were you.
Ilmarin shoots an arrow and hits the table in the chair next to him. And I think with 4 success levels, I think I probably manage it.
He looks a little bit stunned and says, "Yeah, lightning reflexes me."
The next one goes in.
This is the problem with the manlings. They're so fickle, so short. No respect, no honor. Always, they're not like us. Elf, they ain't. They don't. They never last as long. They don't see the world as it should be. They keep. Whose feet are these?
Ilmarin knocks a second arrow, just like whatever, and just like looks back at the guy in the seat.
And he sort of sticks his hands in the air. Look, I'm just, I'm just a patron. Yeah, I was just happened to be here when it all kicked off, and I just thought I could
tell
earn
us where
myself.
he is.
I don't really know. I thought you'd give me a few coins and I could go and ask a few people, but
Just because trouble comes visiting doesn't mean you have to offer it a place to sit down. Now tell us where he is.
I seriously don't know. Sorry.
Can I make an intimidate roll?
Can I do like intuition or something to see if he's lying to us?
I think
say
he's
that's-
probably reasonably intimidated.
My fucking Hagen or shot through the eye by Elmar. Like, I was just trying to hustle.
I was thinking of trying the whole intimidating him thing myself, but it looks like it's
wow.
a bit
I
redundant.
just did a
He's
perception
got
test
yeah.
with 5 levels of success. Is he telling the truth?
No, he's lying through his teeth.
Sir, you are lying. And if I even twitch this finger, this arrow is going to go through your eye socket. Where is our friend?
Yeah, I'm drawing a gun and pointing it at him.
It's true. I've seen him do it before.
That's
Manly.
nice, okay.
I've seen him do it before.
They've got him down in the warehouse district.
Ilmarin.
Where specifically?
Ilmarin.
Well,
What, Mordek?
Did I ever tell you I liked your hair?
Not the time for that kind of conversation, Mordek.
Right.
Listen, friend, why don't you lead us where he is?
and his eyes widen as he looks past you towards the door at the back of the room, the entrance to the inn.
I'll have a glance over that way. I'm assuming at least several people are going to be paying more attention to him, but I'll have a glance behind us.
No, I'm assuming we've all just seen him do that.
Yes, but most people hopefully will be keeping an eye on him and not all looking behind us.
Yeah, no, I'm watching him
Yeah.
with the
So-
pistol trained on him.
Coming down the road, you can hear heavy feet, and through the door comes, and she does have to bend down to come through the door, is a plate armoured wearing Ubersreik tabard. She looks like some high ranking guard of some form.
Iman relaxes his bow arm.
And 4 more guards come through and sort of
Yeah.
stand behind her.
Okay, yeah, if
And
there's
you can
guards,
see a
the
lot more-
pistol's going
but-
away.
Okay. 2 birds with 1 stone, it seems. We've not met yet, but I am Guards Captain Muella.
Iman goes, pleasure,
So-
and gives her a curt bow.
It
What do we owe the pleasure,
seems-
Captain?
It seems that the Ogre Slayer has been throwing his weight around in town. Yes, and causing well-respected barkeeps to have their faces smashed through.
Mordek.
Hmm.
Hey, what? Pretty
Did you, by chance, on your travels today, smash someone's face in?
I didn't. The barrel did.
So a barrel fell on a man's face.
By fell, I hit him across the ladder with the barrel.
How did you reach?
I could be quite dexterous when I want to be. He had it. He was trying to con me out of money,
Okay.
and he was dishonouring me with that piss he was trying to pull off as Bugman's Brewery beer.
I'll tell you what happened. Apparently, the barkeep was entertaining with stories of local legend, and your friend there decided to reward him by picking up a barrel full of ale and breaking it in the barkeep's face. He hadn't even got the decency to hit him on the hard part of his head.
He probably couldn't reach guard captain, and well, I'm sure he's profusely apologized. Did he pay reparations for the injury?
That will be sorted by a magistrate.
Since you're here, guard captain, we do have another matter then of concern. A associate of ours was kidnapped from this establishment earlier this afternoon.
So what I would say now is that you should lay down your bow and step away from it.
Okay.
Is
What?
she on the take?
It certainly would appear so. I assume you work for Lady Nact? Or do you work for the gangsters?
Pardon? How very, very, very dare you?
Does she
It's a
seem
simple question.
Does she seem genuinely upset? Oh, I can't tell.
We have a local witch finder coming down to interview you herself.
Who, me
The
personally?
mess that you left inside the Temple of Ulrich is absolutely unhinged.
What are you speaking of?
Seems he was a good friend of mine, the den keeper.
I just spoke with the den father earlier.
I believe the term is den father. But you'd know that, being a close friend, of course.
He has been tied down and his insides have been pulled out and arranged in a symbol against the wall.
She didn't shit on the floor.
What of the priest Magdar? He was there too when I left.
Magdar, well, let's just say that we managed to get there before he could be harmed.
Who harmed them? Who killed the den father? I'm
Your
a
friend,
knight of
the elf.
Ulrich.
Sorry, what?
You can pretend all that you want.
Now he up here, manling lass. If you want the elf, you got to go through me.
Mordic, please calm yourself.
Either the dwarf shuts up, or I shall take him to the cells, skewered on a lance.
What lance? Now, with all due respect, Captain, first of all, you've come in here and, quite frankly, insulted me heavily at such an accusation. Second of all, I have been at the house of Princess... I've forgotten her name, but I'm going to say that name to the guard captain. So I find it quite impossible to have, in the time that I have, and I apologize if you lack the intelligence to understand this, but I have had no time to be in the Temple of War. And quite frankly, I've had a very poor few days. Now, you can go check my alibi. I was with Mr. Amlis at the princess's thing, and I was passing prayers to my gods.
You
And
see, you were seen by witnesses leaving the temple. And this was found at the scene, and she pulls out quite a nice elven-looking dagger that does look very close to one of yours. So I'm going to have to ask you to come with me.
Being set up, lads. Hey up.
I
unfortunately,
can
Mordek,
swear on my name, Mueller, that you will be dealt with properly. I am not corrupt, as you suggest.
No, I mean absolute offence when I say this, that human justice passes for nothing. You lack any level of intelligence, and I will not go with you.
What he said.
It tries
And-
to skewer the dwarf on a land.
We shall leave it there for this week.
It's all going so
Okay,
well.
I understand this
Okay.
is partially my fault, but
Well, the whole elf thing is not
I
your fault.
was being completely conned. And he was trying to rip off dwarven beer.
Okay, so that's
I
another
condone
50
all of your
experience
actions.
points for everybody.
Okay, absolutely.
Next week we shall join the group again as they deal with the guards, and they claim themselves to be sovereign citizens, I believe. And will they face justice for the dark deeds that they have done?
You're talking about the guards, right? Not us.
I'm talking about yourself and Mordek, who are frankly baddies. Yeah.
Just because we're not humans.
Just because
Level
you
of
have
species,
Hagen
yeah.
and Hagen in the party, who is a pinnacle of goodness, doesn't mean you can go throwing your weight or barrels around. Yes. And it seems that the guards are here to question you, shall we say?
Ah, yeah.
You are innocent until proven guilty, of course. But anyway, thank you for joining us, guys. It's been a real good session, and we shall see you next Wednesday for more of the same. Thank you.
Cheers.